another story you wanted to bring up, and I'm not sure exactly what it was. Last time we talked, I think it was a little before Hard Times, perhaps, and you said there was a new generation related story with NWA Hard Times, but I don't know what it was.
Oh heavens. Yeah, let's see if that I'm trying to
Because
remember
I
hard
know you told
times.
me the Raven thing, the Raven phone call, and that was an excellent story. I very much enjoyed that about you wanting to join the flock.
Yes, yes. Hard times new there's no honestly there's no telling because most of my fandom is new generation.
Well, that
Uh
actually that
there,
works because that leads into another question. Actually, when
yeah,
we
no, that's
in our
no go
first
ahead.
interview, we talked about how as a kid you really liked Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and those were your guys. Once you broke in, who were some of your bigger influences that you would study and that really inspired your style, and even if you didn't necessarily model your style off of them, you found like their work inspiration, their story inspiring.
Yeah, so like 90% of the people I think my age, my size, Shawn Michaels. I
Yeah.
mean, just like so. And you stop me at any time if I'm repeating myself. But so like as a kid, like I wanted to be a wrestler, right? I want to be a pro wrestler. I would say it all the time. I would think about it. I want to be a pro wrestler. I want to be a pro wrestler. I was lucky enough to go to WrestleMania 12. Uh,
Really, that's cool.
and yeah. Like I mean, my seats were not good. Like you, you know those shots of Edge at WrestleMania 6 where like they you could see him in the crowd, like on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm literally the opposite. Like I'm higher than Shawn when he's coming down on the zip line.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
but like that match was like my everything, right? Like I was so stoked because I was already a Shawn Michaels guy. Like I was always it like even as a kid, like when I wasn't supposed to, like the Rick Rudes and the Mr. Perfects and like the smaller cocky heels, I always got into. They just, even and the Flares, uh, they were just they just were very appealing to me.
In
So
90s Sean, he defined that.
yes, and this thing is like that was that guy. So when he turned on Marty, I was hot, I mean, yeah, I was not happy about this situation. But then, like, especially since it, Marty was going through one of his 822 firings. So it was just Shawn, right? And so, like, I see him and I'm just like, oh, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I dug Shawn, forever. And then he does the babyface turn and he's just the best wrestler on the planet. And I'm fortunate enough to be at WrestleMania 30 or 31, WrestleMania 12. Uh, and like I'll never forget that feeling. He hits the super kick, 1, 2, 3. I don't hear Vince say it, but the boyhood dream has come true, right? And I'm losing my mind and I'm stoked. And it went from I'm gonna be a pro wrestler to I'm going like I have no other choice. Like this is the only thing I've ever wanted to do. Like I remember that like light bulb clicking in my head. So Sean's always been a guy that just like eh, he's my guy. Like he's just he's my favorite. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. But even so, like Jarrett, I studied a lot of Jarrett. And
Underrated.
yeah, it's just extremely.
And him and
Uh,
Sean, amazing match together at In Your House.
and this thing is so like Jarrett was another one of those cocky, smaller heels,
Mhm.
right? So he just fit in that vein of that's just kind of how I always saw myself making money is that over the top, arrogant, cocky heel. But then like uh so you would see clips of these ECW guys, like before Nitro, when you would see like the Eddie Guerreros and the Rey Mysterios in ECW and the Juventudes, it's just like I don't even understand the mechanics of what I just saw, but I want to do all of it. So I would try to blend them together. Uh but like so just yeah, Shawn, Eddie. I mean, your typical guys. But then like I also have such an affinity for Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh, he's my favorite. I love Ahmed
the
Johnson.
Pearl River
Like,
plunge. Oh, I loved
yes,
it.
yes.